Hey everyone, this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com, and I'm going to do an install on this, the Hydroforce PVC boat of ours. It's like a Zodiac style boat with a hard transom at the back here. I've got it upside down because I've decided this year I'm going to install the glue-on transducer mount. I installed it here, but it was a little bit too high, and I did it on purpose because when we shot the video last time, it's a pretty long video, about 30 minutes long. We wanted to show everybody and make it easy on the cameraman and all that, so I never really used it. But this time I'm going to install it so that I can use it. And I'm going to install it. This is the actual middle seam bumper that circumvents the entire boat here. So I'm just going to install it right here. I know that the water line is going to be somewhere in here, so it's going to be partially submerged. This stuff is, the stuff I'm going to be using actually is the Clifton, it doesn't say right on here, but it's a Clifton Urethane glue, and I'll just read to you. Maybe the camera can back up for a sec. I will read to you the instructions that it says. It says wash surfaces with MEK, that's a type of chemical, and allow to dry. Apply 2 to 3 coats of adhesive. Allow 20 minutes to dry between coats. After final coat, bond together within 3 to 5 minutes. If beyond this time, reactivate with MEK bond when tacky. So I'm going to try to do this with just one fell swoop here. I'm not going to use MEK. I'm going to use alcohol. I actually pressure washed this boat yesterday, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a cleanup here with this rubbing alcohol. I've got a microfiber cloth. I'm going to install this guy on this side of the boat this time. I'll probably do more videos like this later on in the future and install a bunch of these things all over this boat for testing sake over time. I had a customer the other day that put it on another very narrow style of inflatable boat similar to this. Maybe the camera can back up a little bit. I'm just going to wipe this guy off too. This is the actual glue-on pad. You can see we sell these as part of the kit, so you'll get the glue-on pad. But essentially I'm going to install it right here, maybe a little bit back from there, so that it stays on all the blue here. And that's how it's going to look ultimately. So the next thing that you actually have to do is that you actually have to sand this thing, and you have to sand the boat. So you take a fine grit sandpaper, like maybe 180, 200 grit, somewhere in there, and you're going to scuff this guy up. So you ready? The camera can get close here, and we're just going to scuff it up. It's hard to see it on the white style. We have black and white. They call this actually a light gray, I think, or a gray. Scotty does, but to me it looks white enough to call it white, so I'm calling it white. And we sell this kit here that I'm installing. This is our glue-on transducer mount kit. So that's what this video is going to be about. The last install video was with the entire kit. We also do one where you glue on the control head mount as well. So that's on here also. But this is going to focus just on the transducer. I can see in the wind the plastic flying away. And before I actually install this, just wipe that off now, I'm going to take my masking tape right here, and I'm going to create a border so that I don't, when I'm painting the glue on here, because you got to paint it on both sides, I think I'm going to leave enough seam for my tape to get around. So I'm just going to create a little pencil. The pencil works actually pretty good on this boat, although this pencil might be a little harder than I'm used to. So we're just going to trace around it. So that, ooh, it's pretty hard to see. Can the camera see? Get close to that. We're creating a little bit of a outline trace. so that we know where to put our tape. It's faint, but it's definitely seeable for me. I'll get out of the way of the sun there. We're just going to take our tape and create a little border so that, like I say, we don't want glue getting, as you're putting it on the boat, you don't want it getting all over the place. So we're just trying to make it so that you don't have that messy factor at the end of the day. So this is a pretty easy process. It's not hard to do, you know. Guys will ask me, what do you recommend for my glue, my inflatable kayak and things like that, and I'll just say every time, with an inflatable kayak or anything like that, I'll always recommend this kit, the glue on stuff, because there's no hard transom to actually mount to, so you're gonna have to go glue on. And this is actually a very good solution. This is probably the best solution that I'm aware of, and I look all over. I'm always watching, looking, making sure that we're providing our customers with the world's best solutions that there are, that possibly can exist for small little fishing boats like these, or little dinghies, or whatever, inflatable boats. And I know of no other, even though you might think I'm biased, I am not biased. If I could find a better solution, I might not make these things or whatever. But I know of no other better solution, is what I'm trying to say, the short of the long, than this. But it does require a little bit of work to get it done right. And but once you've done it, you are going to be very happy with it indeed. It's a very, very solid and effective, powerful solution. So there we go. You can see that it's got the mainstay. Maybe we could do this little area a little better. It's probably because my shadow's in the way here. Let's see here. So you notice, like, one of the questions that people might ask themselves is, what should I do? Should I have my boat blowing up? Yes. When you do this, ensure that your boat is in blow up mode like it is right now. That's the way to do it, and that's the easiest way to do it as well. The right way is the easy way. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I've made sure that I'm going to get it to every extremity possible. So we're ready to go. Now again, I'm going to read this glue instruction again. It says to apply 2 or 3 coats. And that's for repair instructions. So in this case, for repair, we're not repairing, we're actually installing this thing, this Scotty glue-on pad that our stuff meshes with and is designed to work with. So you should be, as I did with the UAB 128 Stay Bond glue that we did for this first install in another video from last year, I'm going to be using the Clifton Urethane PVC glue here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to be putting glue on this surface and this surface. Now the other thing that we haven't yet to do is we are going to sand the boat here as well. So I've sanded this glue-on pad, and I'm going to now sand this boat area. We're not doing a repair, we're doing an install. So you notice the tape will also help me from over sanding too, which is nice. So you want to put the tape on first. Make sure if the camera can make sure it can see underneath the tape, underneath my arm here and everything. That might be a bit close with the camera, but I'll have to adjust that again later. So you can see the material coming off there on the black sandpaper. Like I said, about a 180, 200 grit, probably about right for this application. I like to make sure I get everything perfect because I don't want to do this a second time. These actual installs here that we did last year, they're awesome. That was with the UAB 128 Stay Bond glue. It worked great. They're on there solid still. I left this boat out all winter. I was lazy. It was out all winter. It snowed a lot here. It was in the elements all winter, in the sun, whatever. And it's still on there, perfect, awesome. So that turned out very good. So I'm just going to take my cloth here and wipe that off now that I've sanded it. And I think I'm going to sand a little bit more here now that I can see a little better once I wipe some stuff off. This is a pretty critical part of the whole process, so make sure you do a good job. That's what I would recommend. Bonding surface to surface. There we go. So we've got that done. Now we're going to take this Clifton glue. I don't know if you have to shake it. It doesn't say to shake, but I'm going to shake it anyway just to be safe. I hope that the camera can see me okay doing this stuff. Maybe if it backs off a little bit. Shake that really well. See if it has a brush inside of it. Yes, it does. That's nice. Okay. Now the UAB Stay Bond UAB 128 glue. That glue was actually a two-part glue. This is a single part, which is kind of nice. So again, it says to apply in 3 coats, just like the UAB Stay Bond was. So 2 to 3 coats of adhesive, allow 20 minutes to dry between coats. So I'm going to take my fancy little camera, or phone here, and I'm going to take my timer on my phone and just set it to 20 minutes. There's a timer here, and I'll set that up to 20 minutes, and we'll start it. This could be faster. You know, like, can the camera see me okay? Yeah, this could be a faster process because we're in the direct sunlight, so you want to probably just check it with the back of your finger to see if it's tacking. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Here we go. I hope the camera can get in a little bit here. So it says to wait 20 minutes. So I don't think we'll need to wait 20 minutes because we're outside and it's a nice, beautiful, it's getting into the evening now, so it's not as hot as it was earlier today, but it's still relatively warm right now. There's no accelerant here, it's just a single part Clifton glue. So I did that. I'm going to do this guy here as well. The camera can watch this one here. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing it up there, maybe what I'll do is do it here so that it doesn't get all over everywhere. So I'm doing both surfaces. It's already becoming quite tacky. So
want to make sure I get everywhere, even to the outest extremes of the border of this glue-on pad here. And that's that. I'm going to close this guy up for now because we're going to do more than one coat. So we'll leave it out in the sun here. And I'm going to wait. I'm not going to probably wait 20 minutes. Ooh, I can already feel it's there's no tack whatsoever at this point. So I think what I'll keep doing is I'll just keep going. It says allow 20 minutes to dry between coats. It says the last coat, after final coat, bond together within 3 to 5 minutes. So right now I would be bonding together. I'd be bonding together the parts if it's the last coat, but it says to allow 20 minutes. I'm gonna wait another. I think I'll wait 10 minutes. Maybe 15. So, okay, we're going to do the second coat here of the Clifton Urethane glue. That's Clifton. And we've got, it's a single part glue. You can see I'm pressing on it with the back of my fingers, and it's slightly tacky, but almost not at all. So I'm going to do another coat this time. It says 3 coats. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go around the border here, I think. And then I can fill in the blanks. It's clear glue, so I'm not really concerned about it spilling over that much onto this white area here, because it's not really going to be seeable, I would imagine, although it could yellow out maybe, I guess, in the future. Okay, there is that, and now we're going to do the white thing here. The white Scotty glue-on pad right here, if the camera would watch over here. I said I wouldn't do it on the boat, and I'm doing it on the boat. Let's bring it down here again. So, you know, I was dreading, to be honest with you, everybody, when I was doing this, I was dreading actually kind of doing this glue-on stuff, because I thought it would be, you know, in my mind, that kind of, oh no, that sounds like a hassle. It's actually not that bad at all. As you can see, it's quite easy. So it's kind of nice for you guys to know that, because if any one of you are thinking the same way as I was, you can put that to rest, because it's really not that big of an issue at all. So we're gonna rest another. It's drying so fast out here today, guys, that we're going to let it. I'm going to let it sit for maybe 5 or so minutes, maybe 10 minutes, instead of the 20 minutes they're recommending on the tin for a repair process. All right, we're here to do our third coat now. Here we go, and then right after this, I'm not going to wait very long at all, because it's been drying so fast, being out in the sun and in the wind here. It's like a slight nice breeze today. Perfect weather, really, here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada area that we're in. I'm going to go around the seams. And then I'm going to do all the middle quickly. Just like so. Now I can do the middle. It's drying like you wouldn't believe. Very fast. Okay, we'll do the pad here now. If the camera could watch the pad here. I want to do this quick because it's drying so fast. This was recommended to me, or I think I was like spending a lot of time researching this, and a lot of the guys on forums mentioned this glue. NRS actually is another website, nrs.com, that I've spent some time on. They're good at giving you good advice for what type of adhesives to use and stuff. And this was more recommended than the UAB 128 by Staybond. Staybond sort of like, it's great for using different, like if you're going PVC to Hyperlon and stuff like that. Nowadays they don't make many Hyperlon boats. They make mostly as PVC, as I understand it. And they both have their positives and negatives, from what I understand, but PVC maybe being the lesser of the two evils. Yeah, it's almost already not tacky. So I think I'm going to just stick this thing on against their better instructions. I think sometimes you have to use powers of logic and reason of your own. Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome. And I want to make sure this is going to stick down like nobody's business. I can tell already. Yeah, this is going to be really good. Yeah, that's good that I made that decision not to wait as long as they said. So yeah, based on the conditions, that is going to be stuck on there forever, I think, which is good. So that's really the Clifton Urethane glue, and I'm putting on the our mount. Glue-on transducer mount from fishfindermounts.com. When you buy this from us, it's on our website under transducer mounts category. You can go to the shop link on the top left side of our website that we have up these days, and you'll get this as a kit. You'll get these parts as well that are in it, and it'll have a couple of extra extension arms. This is as long as it could be here, and I'm going to show you it on here right now. So we'll just take it out. So you're going to get this piece that we've glued on, and you're going to get this. This is also our strap-on transducer mount. We leverage the same parts. This is an awesome little guy here. So we call this, like we like to call this in our shop, the holster mount here. This is our holster, glue-on holster mount, like we like to call it in our shop. But this is the glue-on transducer mount, and this is our strap-on that engages with this, and you can see it can just click in and out of that. So you can install it and take it off of your inflatable boat, and it will come with a couple of extra extensions, and it comes with some spacers as well. These spacers actually will help you with the Garmin transducers right here. So that will be for if any of you have Garmin style of products, that will be for that. Now, ultimately you can make it like this. So I've just got this for ease of the video's sake. I'm going to take this guy off and put it on here. And the video, you can see in the video here that actually we have a hex trap here so that this doesn't spin on you. I'm going to put the T-bolt on here just like so, and this can tilt at 180 degrees,
So you can actually tilt this up out of the water. Your transducer would be on the end of this, of course. Your transducer would be on the end of this, of course. And then when you're ready to go, like you're launching and beaching, you can keep it from hitting anything. So now here we are, and we are ready to drop it in the water, if you will. And this is actually the bottom of the boat. So right now, if I eye it up, actually, we can take it and we can see that, oh yeah, you know, if the water was about here, we are, you know, probably 2 or 3 inches below the bottom of the boat, you know. And there's actually another air bladder in here that when you have the aluminum floor installed, sorry, this way, if you have the aluminum floor installed, it would be like a V. But back here being the least of the, you know, the highest point, because it's flat, it typically gets more V'd up front. So you would be able to put a side imaging transducer on in this case, because you'll be able to see past the boat. The boat will not be in your way. You can look at that. Full tilt up out of the water when you're launching and beaching, so you're not hitting anything. Oh, that's my timer that I set. So I did this whole install process, guys, outside of the very first frames of this video, in 20 minutes. So this will take you, if you're outside in similar conditions, it'll take you around between 20 and 30 minutes to do this whole video, or to do this, not the video, but the install. If you have the similar conditions. If you're inside, you might want to follow what it says in the Clifton glue can a little bit more. But definitely be checking it with your fingers, the back of your fingers, seeing how tacky it is. If it's almost like not tacky at all, you definitely need to be getting that next coat on there, is what I would recommend. And I mean, this is on there good. So remember to blow up your boat and all of that type of stuff. And what we'll do, just to finish off the video, is we will take off our tape here, and you'll get to see the final product all said and done here. And you could probably come in here with some MEK, as they say on the can, and probably clean off the extra little bit here. I could have done a little better job, so it wasn't, but it's good enough. I'm happy with it myself, and I know it's going to be a very functional and effective mount. Again, your transducer will be shooting sideways and going along parallel with the side of your boat. So you've got the hydrodynamics or the aquadynamics, whatever you want to call it, working with your boat. So I just wanted to show you guys also that this, depending on this could really be like, you could glue this on within any part or any area of the radius of a tube completely, like wherever you want, really, almost. I mean, if you put this on the very bottom, let's say, and this is leaned up, of course, against these sawhorses, these plastic sawhorses, but you can offset this, so wherever you glue it, it won't really matter. Because you can obviously tilt this and lock it into wherever you need that to be. So here, being on the under radius, I'll call it, of the boat, the underside radius, we're gonna have, like, once it's laying, or, you know, it's in the water, it would be probably tilted outwards a little bit like that to be flat. As you can see, this would be the flatness of the actual side. So that's even sticking in a little bit, so it's probably going to be sticking out a little more than that, but you get the point. And then again, just to reiterate, you can loosen this guy off, tilt it up out of the water, and then lock it in, and it's not coming up easily. You know, you can tighten it more if you like, and it's stuck up there. And then you can, when you're ready to go, just loosen that off and let that drop back down into the water. I'm doing things with one hand, so, and there you have it. You can also put this actually on a transom, and if my cameraman could come and grab the camera from me here, I'll just show that. You can also put this on a transom. Let's say this was the back of a round, sort of donut style oval boat. You can take that and you can just actually take it right off. And you can just take this guy and tilt and twist it 90 degrees to these holes. You see the bisecting holes here? right here in the root arm. We call this our root arm, this piece here. The rest of them are extensions. You can buy more extensions from us here, but this is the root arm with these bigger holes in it, and we're just going to twist it and pretend that this was the back of your sort of oval style boat. Sea Eagle makes some boats like that, really nice ones that are all oval. And then now your transducer would be ultimately sticking this way. You know, pretend that was your transducer, my hand, that's the way it would be. But in this case, because it's on the side of the boat, we are going to actually want it to be back the way I originally had it, which would be as so. And then we take our T-knob, and you can see there's a hex trap here for the hex bolt so it doesn't spin. So you don't need any kind of tools or anything. Everything can just be done by hand. So you're not out of luck when you want to put everything together. So that is the beauty of our arm. There's lots of adjustability and everything in it, so that you can use it and put it in all sorts of different types of watercraft and all sorts of different applications. So this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com. You can call us at 1-855-784-3474 to get your amazing fish finder mounting solution for your inflatable boats from us. We truly are making all fish finders portable. Thanks for watching, everyone.